And welcome back. We're not 7 months later. We're actually somewhat on time.
Yeah. I think this is the most consistent
we've ever been.
Alright, so obviously by the title of this video, we are going to be talking about our, do I say likes?
What we loved and what we
hated.
But it's not going to be hate, it's more like, I feel like it's more like
things that were like
didn't like. We would have
changed it.
I don't know. But things are going to get juicy, so prepare yourself.
Yeah, and maybe this will help inform some people or think of things they were never thought about. In any way, I hope this is helpful in some way.
Or interesting, whatever.
And that was our ice, by the way, if you heard that. Okay. Oh, and we also didn't share our answers with each other. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he loved, what I loved, like what stood out to each other. Okay, we'll start with the loved. So, I really loved that we did a first prayer together rather than a first look. I feel like I'm just not a fan of the first look. Like, I don't really get it. I feel like the whole point of the first look is to be like as the bride is coming out, walking down the aisle to the groom. But again, nothing against if you've done it or plan to do it. I'm just really glad that we chose to do a first prayer together. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically instead of doing the first look before the ceremony, you come together like back to back, and like the groom will be blindfolded or looking a different way or whatever. And you basically just pray together. Like the last act of being engaged, you just pray together. And then, yeah, I really like that. It's like a very intimate moment together. Okay, what do you
Following, one thing I loved was the ceremony. I think it fit really well. Nothing really went wrong. Another one that kind of tidied it was the DJ. And I don't think he messed up one time. I don't think
so. Yeah, we've been to a lot of weddings where the DJ's music just like skips or pauses or takes a really long time to start, and like people are already walking down. Yeah,
so I think it ran really smooth. It wasn't too long, I don't think. I hope not. I don't know if people are there, but.
So the second thing I loved was my grand entrance and our grand exit. So like at our venue, we had it was like this little white gate, like, but you can't see through the gate. It's like those closed gates.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just not open. You can't see the gate. It's like a wooden white, nice gate.
Like a picket fence almost, but
you can't
plastic.
I don't know how to explain it. Hopefully it makes sense. Maybe I'll put up a picture. But yeah, so everyone goes out, like walks down the aisle, and then when it gets to my turn, they close that gate and then have everyone stand, and it's like this big old moment, and they open the gate and then you see the bride, and like I walk down. I really liked that. And then also our grand exit, I liked. We had these like, what are they called?
Like it was called a grand sparkler moment.
Not the like ones people like hold.
It was like ones that were on the ground and they shot up, sparkling. Yeah. We're gonna post the video, so it should be in there somewhere.
You'll see in the wedding video, or if we posted it already before this, then you would have saw it. But yeah, I liked those things.
One thing I loved was the wedding planners. It made things go smoothly, and like things we wouldn't have thought of, they already had down. And we didn't have to be the bad guy like she did all like the coordinating, so we're just like listening to her, so like that was nice.
Yeah, I highly recommend, if you're not gonna get a wedding planner, like we didn't have a planner, we had a day of coordinator.
Yeah,
I like highly
highly
suggest getting a day of coordinator, because I don't know how things would have been if we didn't have one.
Yeah.
Next thing, kind of tied in with John's, is a DJ. I loved our DJ. I've never been to a wedding where I like danced to every single song and like enjoyed every single song until our wedding. Like he did a really great job. But we also did a mix. We picked songs, and then he also like kind of went through our list to kind of see what the vibe was, and then he added his own too. But even the ones he added, like it was so fun. We even did like the, what's it called? Like in the middle of the dancing, we started a, what's it called? A conga line?
Yeah.
Yeah, a conga line.
I started a conga line.
Okay, yeah, he started it. And like, it was just so fun seeing like literally so many people hop on. We were going around the whole like reception room. It was so fun. He did a great job.
One thing I loved, I guess, was the food.
I said that too.
Yeah, the food was good. We already talked about it, but the food
in the
was
last
good.
video. You want to go again?
Sure. I put one thing I loved was the use for things after the wedding. I feel like weddings can be a good way to waste a lot of money, and being able to like use some of the stuff. Like one thing we did was instead of a guest book, which people like sign and then you keep a book, but like I feel like I would never like want the book or look through it. So we had a custom like wood art piece thing, and we just had everyone sign the back. And
it says the cruises established and like our wedding date. And go get a picture right now.
See, this is one of the things we had made, and then see, we had everyone sign the back, so we could read these.
See, and it's something you can use.
And it works as an art, as like a decor piece.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. But yeah, different things like that.
Okay, next thing I loved was doing a first look with my bridesmaids and my dad. That was so like such a special moment. It was very emotional. I wasn't expecting my dad to cry because if you know my dad, he is not an emotion showing person. So I was like, everyone would ask me before the wedding like, oh, do you think your dad's gonna cry? And I was really like, I don't know, I don't think so. Like that's not him. But second he turned around and just started bawling and made me cry. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be in the video, but because he was mic'd up, so in the video he started crying. I was like, Darren, you're not supposed to cry. It was really funny. And then the girls too. It was very emotional and fun to do with them.
Yeah. My last thing that I loved, I thought was kind of cool, I guess, was seeing everyone we know all in one place.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of like a really weird moment. Like everyone from different parts of your life is like all in one place, and like you're just looking at them. It's weird.
I remember too, like when we were doing our first dance, John had said to me, he's like, it's so weird seeing everyone we know. Like we know every single person in this room, and I was like, that's so weird. Okay, our last thing, and it was our vowels. I really loved our vowels.
You might see it in the
video.
Wedding video.
Yeah, so just wait.
Now the hates. What we would change.
Change or like...
Or things to consider.
Yeah, I wish that didn't happen, really.
Do you want to go first?
No, you go.
Okay. One thing I hated or would have changed was not really eating or saving the cake.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
the cake was like one part I was like kind of looking forward to, and just like it just got thrown back. I think I had one bite, and that was it. Like nothing else.
Yeah. You never really notice how much time like you don't have to eat, and like because everyone's wanting to please side, or you have so much to do. Like. Yeah, we literally didn't even eat a slice of cake, our own cake.
I had one bite of the
It was when we was feeding each other.
That was it. I was like...
Yeah, that sucks. And we didn't even finish our food.
Or we didn't keep the cake, so hopefully you guys like the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd suggest if you want to do, like some people keep the first tier of their cake for themselves. You know, that would have been more money. We were like okay with not doing that. First thing I didn't really like, I wish we would have changed, was our start time.
Oh yeah, that's what I put.
Because we got engaged in January, so the time change, it was getting ready like darker faster. And so when we had went in toward this venue and we liked it, we were ready to book it.
No, it didn't set yet. It wasn't getting dark fast.
Oh, it didn't?
No. Like, by still like 6 o'clock, there was still sun out.
Oh, okay.
So that, because
So
the time change, it shifted it. So instead, we liked how, or it was originally at 3, but we didn't think of the time change, which was technically gonna be 4. So sun was gonna be setting more.
Oh yeah.
Instead of being up, so like it threw off some lighting stuff.
Yeah, so our wedding started at 3. I wish we would have done 4, just because the sun was...
No, 2.
No, it was too bright. That's why I
Oh, okay. So darker.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ignore everything John just said.
No, not
I
the
was
first
right.
part, because the time change was right. But at 3 o'clock in January is different than 3 o'clock in November.
Okay, yeah. I just wish
or
our
is it-
start time was later
Well,
because...
we didn't go in January. Technically, we toured in like February, March.
Okay, yeah.
There was a time change, and it threw it off. Just trust us on that.
Yeah, so I wish it had started a little later than 3 because the sun was a little high, so it wasn't like sunset. So it was kind of like, the sun was harsh. That's something to consider if, you know, you're getting married and there's gonna be a time change. Just keep that in consideration.
I put a long engagement. I don't think ours was that long, but it was a little long for us.
Yeah,
Considering we had everything planned out already, it was just a long time of just like, all right, like 3
Now we're
more
just
months,
waiting.
4 more months. Like,
Yeah, I feel like we could have done it in like 7 to 8 months. We had a 10-month engagement, for those who don't know.
yeah.
The next thing I kind of disliked, and if any of my bridesmaids are watching this, I still love you guys. But my bridesmaids took forever to get ready. They took longer than me, and it kind of got stressful because I wanted to do that first look with them, and I wanted to do it kind of like, you know, in the room we were getting ready, and like to have them come in. But like that didn't really go as planned because everyone like did not even get ready in that like the bridal suite room. They all like went to the bathroom for better lighting and like more room. And you know, they just took a long time. Like we had to like hurry up. But yeah, if my girls maybe would have done their hair like before we had gotten to the venue or something to make up for lost time.
Next thing I would have changed or hated was the RSVPs.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it was a little bit of a waste of money and kind of time because a lot of people that were coming to the wedding we see a lot. So I mean it makes sense for them, we're not coming at you guys, but we paid for like stamps and for these nice cards for them to mail back, and then they just end up handing it to us or saying, oh yeah, we're coming, or texting us.
Or like some people didn't even RSVP, but we were so close to them, we knew they were gonna go.
Yeah.
So we never heard from them, so we had to send a text like a month before, like, hey, like, are you coming?
You're still
like,
coming, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that could have saved some money and time,
But I
whatever.
did want to do like the whole nice card thing. I know you can do like online RSVP and all that. So if you don't want to waste money and go through all that, then do online. But I did want to have like an RSVP card. Okay, I didn't like our rushed photos. I feel like our photos and video time was very rushed. And it's not because of our photographer and videographer. It was more so because of
the coordinator trying to be on time for
everything.
Was that bad? It's not a bad thing. Like we were on time for everything. Like we used.
No, we were like 10 minutes late from ceremony.
Okay, but like technically, like that's still pretty good considering like.
But they were like, no, we're gonna be on time for everything. So it's
okay,
like
3 o'clock, and then you have till 3:30 to do this, and then 4. So I mean, I was fine with it, but.
I wish we could have done more photos, because I think for us, like just us, we only went to one location, and they took like a few photos, a few videos, and then our coordinator was like, okay, are you guys done with them? And they were like, oh yeah, like, okay, and then we just went back to the venue. So that was another thing. I just didn't like how rushed our photos felt.
I mean, if you're getting married within this time period, you get it. But I put the uncertainty with COVID. I feel like at first it was kind of like, all right, like, because in January everything was still kind of locked down a little bit. So you're like, I mean, by November, hopefully, like, everything is good. And it ended up working out. Like, nothing really messed us up that much. But like, if we waited a little more till January now, and then there's like
if we had a full year engagement.
Yeah, and waited till January, then there would have been a new variant and all this other stuff. So like, that was one thing that I guess kind of.
And then this next thing I didn't love kind of goes in hand with the rushed like thing was I was very upset that our time got cut short.
Oh.
Our wedding time got cut like an hour because people were like...
No, it was an hour. It was like 30 minutes.
It was an hour.
No, we were supposed to stay till 8 and we left at like 7:30.
Oh.
Basically because, I mean, it was a Sunday night, so like people work Monday morning and it was an hour away from us, so people were gonna have to drive an hour back. So people were leaving early from when the
But people started leaving early, like early in the wedding. And like, no, I'm not trying to come at anyone who did like end up leaving or whatever. I just wasn't expecting so many people to start leaving.
Because we had a grand exit, so, and it was gonna be on video and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So like, we didn't want a grand exit with like 4 or 5 people out there.
So once we started noticing like, oh, okay, like a lot of people are starting to leave, we were like, what do we do? I remember we were like on the dance floor and we were like, should we end it? Like, what do we do? Like, so John had just ended up walking to the DJ and saying like, hey, can we do one last song? Like, we're just gonna end it early. But it just sucks because we paid for the time to have it and it didn't even get to have the full amount of time.
This isn't coming at anybody.
It just sounds like we're coming
Yeah,
at
it sounds
people.
like there's people coming at, but this is something to keep in mind for everyone else, is that things change with your bridal party over a year or whatever your engagement is. Because, you know, you might be close with them when you first asked them to be in your wedding, and then like a year later, you guys might not even know each other anymore. So that was one thing I guess I would have changed, was like my bridal party. I know she had some problem with hers, but but yeah, that's just one thing to consider. I mean,
like, make sure when you pick people, you want them to be like a staple in your life, you know?
Yeah, like, I don't know, lifelong kind of friends, but
yeah,
that's not always in your control. Just something to keep in mind, that things might or will change with your party.
And I have one more, and babe, I'm coming at you.
Oh, wait, is it the dress?
So during while everyone's eating, you usually go around to each table to kind of welcome and like thank your guests for coming. And as we were like doing that, John was following a little too close to me. And he ended up stepping on my dress while I was walking, and I had it bustled, but since he like stepped on it and I was walking, it kind of ripped a little bit. So he ended up ripping a little bit of my dress.
Which is to say that things won't go perfect during your wedding. Things will go wrong.
Yeah.
But it's knowing things are gonna go wrong and not affecting you the whole time.
But thank the Lord, John's mom had some safety pins and she was ready to just pin it for me. But yeah, I think that completes our likes.
What we loved and hated.
Yeah, our likes and dislikes. So I hope this video was helpful and it was...
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, that you enjoyed it and it was able to help you keep some things in consideration. But yeah, So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and follow us on social media if you don't already.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.